Good morning and welcome to Toria's Cozy Toes. It's episode 15 today and it's Saturday the 4th of October. I'm Vicky. I'm a knitter and crocheter living in Derby in the United Kingdom. It's been about 3 weeks since I last recorded. God, what's that doing there? My hair's a mess today because, it's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I've got up and washed it this morning and it's not dry yet. I don't tend to dry it with hairdryer if I'm not working. So, what have I been up to over the last 3 weeks? What I'm going to do, for those that are new, welcome. For anyone else, welcome back. I tend to go through what I've finished over the last few weeks, what whips I've been working on, what I've cast on, and then any plans I've got before I go into what came in. Yeah, and also a little bit of life stuff after that, just to give you an idea of what's going on in my life. I will say, if you watched the last video, you're well aware that I've had nearly 2 weeks off work for holiday over the last 3 weeks. Well, it's had a massive impact on my knitting time, which has been brilliant. I think this episode is called Finish It, Finish It, Finish It, because there's quite a lot of finishes. I know last time I said to you I hadn't finished any socks. Changed this time. So let's grab the bag that my sock blockers live in. And this is, I don't want to show you what's in there, but so I keep my sock blockers in one of these little Yarndale project bags, just because I find it really easy. I can grab them, bung finished socks in there, ready to show you guys. So the first pair of socks I've got finished are the pair that were on my needles last time, and they're this adult pair here. You can see all the pinks. The colour's blowing out a little bit this morning. The window over there's a little bit bright at the moment. And this is a Siobhans Crafts yarn. It's a Petal Blizzard and it's Polwarth and nylon. That's the yarn label. And this was in a mystery bag at Yarndale last year. No, I didn't go this year because I was on holiday. I've done a really basic adult sock. It's on, I think it's on 60 stitches, this one, or it might be on less. I finished this not long after I recorded last time, so yeah. They're slightly smaller stitch count. They're a basic vanilla sock with a shadow wrap heel. As I said, I've done an adult foot size. It's a bit small for these blockers. It's about a 5. I've done on size 5 on these. Like all most of my socks this year, they're going in the sock box, the present box. Those that, if you may not have heard of it, if you've not seen me before, I'm knitting loads of my knitting this year. I'm putting into a box. Come Christmas, I'm going to take it in and go, right, if you'd like something, please help yourself. If you don't want anything, ain't got a problem with that. So yeah, they were my August socks for the Socks You Know It. I haven't got them entered into it because I didn't get them photographed in time. But that was my August socks. So then we came to my September socks. So these I hadn't even cast on. I don't think I even showed you the yarn last time. Now, I don't have a label. It was sold as a seconds. There is a minute bit where it hasn't taken the black dye, and she was selling it as seconds. I think it was Yarn Unique. Again, it was Yarndale last year. To be honest, I got the show brochure out to see if I could work out who it was from roughly where I remember buying it. I think it's her. So we have an adult pair here. There's one. There's the other. So the spiral's ever so slightly different, but not massively. It's a real lovely rainbow. These are, you can just see it on that one there. I've done a 3-1 rib. So the top's the 2-2 standard rib, then it's a 3-1 rib with heel flap and gusset. I've got a tab on this one because I do find that gives a nice edge, and just a standard foot. These are about a size 7. A feeling, someone who might like them. But yeah, there's a pair of adult ones, and then they were finished while I was on holiday. So then cast on. I will admit I only finished this earlier this week once I was back at work. There's a pair of niece size ones as well. My lovely stylish cardboard blockers for my niece. I'm not buying kiddie blockers because she'll grow. But yes, she now has a pair of bright socks as well. The start of my holiday, I saw her for her birthday, and she liked the adult. I was doing the adult ones, which she liked, so she's got a pair as well. So those are my September socks. So yeah, 3 pairs of socks this month, or these 3 weeks. So really pleased to have got the pink ones off the needles because they felt like they dragged. Incredibly pleased to finish September's, and as I say, I grafted the toe yesterday, so the 3rd of October on the second niece one. So pretty happy, pretty pleased I got those done. It's part of my goal of working through some of my sock yarn stash because I have a lot. I'm looking at it now, an awful lot. So those are the first 3 finished items. There's more. Now this one, I think I showed you part of this. It's got a marker in, so I think I did show you this. And this is part of what my mum had asked me to make for a friend, which is, it doesn't look like much. It's, I think last time you saw it, I was at butterfly marker that's going to show you. So I've done the rest of it. This is a really simple neck warmer. The idea is it goes round, you can tuck it through, but it's not got the bulk of a scarf. Now my hair's under this. Yeah, it needs a block because I changed needles, and you can see I changed needles on it. I was more comfortable on, when I put it onto the Chalky needles, I was so much more comfortable, and it zoomed off. So I said, these my mum's asked me to make as a Christmas present for a friend of hers. I know I grew up with her kids. I can remember taking them to school and things. And then because she struggles with her hands with, unfortunately, she's got arthritis and some deformity, she can't get gloves on, which is a real problem when she's then using her walker because she gets cold hands and everything impacts on everything else. So then we have 2 of these. Now this doesn't look very much. So it is literally a 2x2 rib tube, except it's got a hole. You can just see it there. We put a little thumb hole in. The idea, put your wrist in, put it on. It's going to keep things warm. I have got somewhere, I need to find it, some of the sock stop, which is like it's a bit like a glue, but you know them slipper socks you get that have got the non-slip grip? Basically it puts that onto your own knitting. So my plan is to put some of that onto the palms of them, because there's not one, both of them actually. There's 2. They are the same length, believe it or not, because I did count rows. But yeah, plan it onto the palms of both so she can hold a walker with them on without them slipping. The only reason I've not done it is I want to give them a wash first. So I was waiting to show you guys. So yeah, this yarn, I honestly don't, well, I think somebody was destashing it at Knit Group, because I seem to have got a bit left, but not a lot. And I say I have a feeling it was somebody destashing at Knit Group that I ended up with it. And I was like, because it's pretty colours. I've treated it as DK and used 4mm needles for both of these. Feeling them, I don't know if it's because I'm not used to DK, but it does feel a bit dense for DK. I do wonder if it's a worsted or an Aran. But, because I say, the other thing is, this one has come up bigger than the pink one, which is DK, but then it's a cotton DK, so I don't know. It's come out, they're done. My mum's happy with them. We'll get a bit of finishing done on them, get them blocked, and then she's got them for present for a friend for Christmas. So that's another finished project. I'm only counting it as one, despite it being 3 items, because it once was one sort of big project. My final finished project is, to be honest, the thing that got the most work on it. It was the thing I concentrated on. And yeah, when I was at my mum's, she got bored of me moaning about it, but you know, sleeves are long. Sleeves are long. And that, if you haven't guessed it, I think it's my final one, and it's my traveller hoodie. So last time you saw this, it's still got the marker. I was there working up the back. So I finished the back, and you do. Sorry, so I can put my hands in this. So I finished the back, which is that bit there. This is then do a 3-needle bind off. Now, I'm calling it my traveller hoodie, I have modified the pattern. I'll just take the marker out. So you were supposed to. Sorry, the sun is really just starting to come over the houses opposite and come in my window. You're supposed to cast on, and this drop shoulder should have been a lot lower, but I'm broad. I don't want to make myself look broader, so I didn't do that. So I show it on the front here. So I've actually brought this in slightly and then picked my sleeve up from there. You can just see I've done, you see that, a couple of short rows, just to put a little bit of extra material on top of the sleeve without bulking up the underneath. Hindsight, if I did it again, I'd probably do more short rows. I only did about half the sleeve in short rows. I could have done more. I've also done on my sleeve, my decreases, that's the underneath there, are a lot more rapid than the pattern says. So the first 10 of my pearl bumps I decreased on, and then I did every other one for 10. And it was the sleeves I was working on my mum's, and I'd actually cast both on at the same time, picked both up, did short rows in one, short rows in the other, because I was making it up, I wanted to do it together, and then I was working down them, and it was a lot. And then I've done the hood as well. I really liked how the hood worked with this nice row here, sort of delineating it. There's a couple of mistakes in it. I'm not going to lie, there's some mistakes in my short rows. Am I happy with it? Yes. So I actually, after I filmed last time and finished the back, I did block the body before I did the sleeve pickup. So I blocked it, then did the sleeve pickup, just so that I knew I'd got the length, because I really was a bit worried about the length, although I know it stretches out this sort of stitch pattern. So this is really bad, isn't it? If I put it on, I don't know if I can show you it all, but you can see there, sort of the hood comes up. It's quite a nice, the neckline isn't too tight, but where I was panicking that was really big, the hood's just pulled it up that little bit. You can just see where it picks it all up, and it sort of gives it that, brings that neckline in quite nicely. It's still drop shoulder, but it's just not as dropped as it should have been, which is, again, it doesn't pull it too wide on me. Put the hood down. Yeah, really happy there. I stand up. So you're going to have a really bad picture of my belly, but you can just sort of see there that it's coming down. That's my waist, that's my hip, so it's sort of hanging how I wanted it. Sleeves do look a bit short, but I think once blocked will be fine because they do stretch down. I wanted sort of long sleeves that I could push up. Sit down so you can see my face again. But yeah, all in all, really, really happy with it. This is the 10th of my 12 cast-ons that I've finished now. So I've got 10 of the 12 done. I've really, really pleased. And it's actually been quite nice because it has given me something to focus on without going, oh, I've got to cast on. And actually the thought of casting on sometimes just isn't there. And then I kind of procrastinate and possibly don't do things, or, yeah, don't pick stuff up. So, yeah, my traveller is finished and I am really happy. So this yarn, again, it was bought at Yarndale last year. There's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? That's 3 projects in yarn that I bought last year. Mind you, I guess that's 3. No, let's be positive. That's 3 lots of yarn I bought last year that I have used up. I've done what I wanted to do with it. Let's be positive from that point of view. Because the cardigan's worth I bought at Yarndale haven't been. But yes. So this is an Attic spin dye yarn. There's the label. You can't actually see the colourway very well. It's called Midnight Mountain. And you can just see the yarn content there, I think. So it's merino nylon and mohair. As I said, the colourways minimum was reduced. It's taken, I had 5 skeins of it. I've used 4 and a bit. I think I was on the reverse bit of this hood edging, and I was like, I need the next ball. Which was a bit of a drama because it was while I was away, and I went through everything I'd taken and couldn't find it. I opened the last project bag, which I didn't think I'd dropped it in, and found it. Typical me. What I haven't done yet, it does say to do a I-cord that you can tie this with. I don't tend to do that, and to be honest, most of my hoodies I take it out of, so I thought I'd leave it out, see how I feel. If I decide to want to put it in, I've put the holes in, so at least I can put it in if I want to. Would I knit this again? Possibly. It's not one that I'm sitting here going, really like it, I want another one, I'm going to knit another one straight away. Not doing that. However, because it's quite thin, it is 4-ply. I know the pattern is written for sport weight, and I've done it in 4-ply, but so it is quite thin, it's quite light. It doesn't feel like a heavy jumper, and it feels like it's going to be quite a warm jumper. So I think I'm going to see how I go with it. I'm not going to say no. And it was part of my intentional making, in that I was looking at what clothes I wore. So I wear a sort of hoodie, very similar size, shape to this, a lot. I've got a couple of them. So I thought, well, actually, if I wear that lot, why not make one I can wear a lot? And I love the colours in this as well. So, yeah. I will say one ball was a bit darker than the other. You can probably see it more on the sleeves than anywhere. It's not so bad in the body because I was alternating it all the way up where it was in the body bit. So that's what it is. So, yeah. So, yeah, that is all my finished objects. I'm really pleased. I'm not taking it off now. I'm going to leave it on. This is snugly and warm. And I'll see how I get on with it. It's kind of my view from there. So, what else did I work on? There are things I worked on. So, before I went away, I was working on my hexes. So, this is the monthly mystery mini club, which comes in a box, and show you a box. Not that you're going to show you inside it, because it's not a box. It's a box that's still available. But it comes in a box like that from Mousewitch yarns. This is October's box. So I say I'm not going to open it, because you can still get this from her on Kofi. So yeah, she has a Kofi shop. It's Mousewitch yarns, as I said, and that's the mini club. Mini skeins you get 5 a month. What I've really liked this month, they are seasonal, so themed through the seasons, but they also fade into each other. Since I came back from holiday, so I finished December before I went away. I'm going to be honest, I left them blocking while I was away, because that made more sense in my head. Because I've now done a quarter, so I've done January, February and December, which is the winter set. As I say, I'm not showing you December ones because they will be available again at the end of the year. I've started to put it together, so this is folded so you don't see the December, but you can see we started to put it together. So most of those are February, with January just peeking through at the bottom there, and there's a little bit of December. So my idea is, it's roughly rectangular. Obviously, it's hexagons. It's not got a nice neat edge. And the rectangle, you've got the bottom corner is December, January goes like that, and February goes there. So what you've seen is the top bit there down. I've got 63 hexagons per month, per quarter, because I've got these. What I've done with you can see that's January, so it shows it really nicely. Where I've taken the colours and made a multicoloured hexagon, says February's next to it. So these 3 are all sort of in the middle of the square where the other squares will join. And yeah, there's 7 squares, 7 hexes up, 9 across. Obviously, the 9 is where they overlap, but yeah. So yeah, so yes, that's 7 that way, and then there'll be 9 that way. at the moment. Obviously, I've only got 5 rows joined. The other 4 rows I can see sitting on my floor over there, where I laid them all out ready to start joining. So that's going to be my job this weekend, is to get those joined, because it will need to be off the floor before Tuesday, just because that's when the cleaner comes. Excuse me, need me sip of a drink. So yes, so my hexes, I'm really pleased. I'm joining them with Yarn Smith's Merino sock. It is, and it's colourway 2K003, and it's called, find the dispatch note, Graphite. I know I said I was going to join with black, and I just still have traumas from joining the other black earlier in the year that I really didn't want to join with black, so I decided this worked quite well. So yeah, so that's a project that's ongoing. Seeing as I've only made a quarter of my hexagons, it's going to be ongoing for a while. As I say, I did take marches and my crochet hook with me. I didn't touch them. Didn't touch them at all while I was away. I knew I was overpacking projects. It was kind of like, I might decide I want to do something different. I might manage to get more things done than I think. No, I haven't touched those yet. So I think once these are joined together, then I will start to look at doing those. So what else have I worked on? Having finished this while I was away, I then picked up my next project that I wanted to concentrate on, and that was my Tessallo cow, which is this one. Last time you saw it, I was there. So I think I just finished 2 repeats of all the colours. So I'm now done 4 colours, just joined in the 5th colour there. This is pattern by Nikki Griffin, who's Beanie Boat Designs. I'm going to be totally honest. It's not designed to do this sort of a cow. It's designed to be one that goes, you put on down in DK or Aran weight. Don't matter. Use a pattern. I'm, as I say, making the tube. I think I've worked out I want 5 repeats of each colour. Yarn-wise, the mini skeins, I have shown this before, but the mini skeins are from Yarn Badger. It's her yarn ball, and it was a mystery mini set. So, sorry, 60 just is my reference of where it falls in the pattern of stripes. Likewise, the 100 marker there just tells me it's the final colour I've started them on. Just, it's my way of keeping track of the colours and keeping them in order. Particularly if I'm doing it in the evenings in electric light, it just helps me. Yeah, so yarn-wise, I use just over 3 grams per colour stripe, which means that I said I could do 6. I probably couldn't do 7. In terms of fit, I think 5 is going to be where I want to end, because I think that will give me the sort of length I want. So, yeah, I know what I think I need. So, nearly halfway if I do everything. So, the main skein is a undyed Chester's wool from Wool Warehouse. And I can't remember on the top of my head what the composition is of it. I know I've said before, it is just a very, very grey, slightly browny grey, neutral. It just pops the purples beautifully. And it's purples. I mean, I didn't ask for purples. I think when I ordered the mini skeins, the mystery set, you could say a colour you didn't want. And I think I just said not yellows and oranges. It's the only thing I said. And that's what I got. So I was really happy. I was incredibly happy when that came. So that is one of my 12 cast-ons. And yeah, I've made a bit of progress on that. I've not got it on my back. Sorry, 2 seconds. It's here. So what else did I work on? Obviously, when I finished my socks, well, no. I finished the first of my niece's socks. No, I didn't. I hadn't quite finished it, but I didn't have enough to take out when we were out all day last Saturday while I was up in the Lake District. So I grabbed this, which is something I've grabbed a few times. I'm not to be honest. Not sure if I've even shown it on podcast ever. So this is another yarn badger yarn. I don't even know if I've got the label in here, to be honest. No, there's no label in here. It was her Christmas sock, self-striping sock yarn, our Advent one from last year. Now, when I got this, I'm going to be honest, it's not as clear as self-striping as I like and I thought it would be. And I looked at it and went, I'm not sure I'm going to wear socks made out of that. So I decided not to do socks. I decided instead to make a cowl. So like I did with the green sock yarn, literally I'm knitting a tube. You can see it stripes, but not as clearly as a lot of the other stuff I've had from her, the self-striping. And I'm not so keen on these muddy bits of the stripes. Now, my stripes on this are a lot wider than the strap should be because it came as two 50-gram balls. I've got that. And I'm literally knitting one row in one ball, one row in the next, so that you get the width to get that. This purple at the beginning is the mini skein that came with it. And I'm using 3.5mm needles for this. My plan is when I get to, you see I'm sort of back in the beginning of this, when I get to this purple area, I'm going to start striping the mini skein in so that I end up with a solid bit, just so it doesn't look quite so odd at the end. It needs a bit of a block. If I've shown this before, I was here. I honestly don't know if that's a I've shown this before marker, or if it's just a marker of this is where you're at, so I can see progress when I'm working on it. I suspect the latter, to be honest, because it's been sat without, I know it was sat without needles for quite a long time, which is why I know the needle size, because I wrote it on a piece of paper, put it in the back. Yeah, this one, if I get it done, when I get it done, it'll go in the present box. I'm sure there'll be somebody out there who likes it. I love the purples and the pinks. Greens and greys are okay. I'm not so keen on the brownie section, but it'll be what it is. The yarn is lovely. I love her yarns. It's just not quite me, and that's okay. That's what you get when you order advents, when you order mystery things. You get yarn that's not always you. And it can be good, it can challenge you. It's really good sometimes to challenge you to do something that's outside your comfort zone, which is what I was doing with this. I was doing something outside my comfort zone. And sometimes you are disappointed. Sometimes things aren't quite what you. Hey, gorgeous cow, it's a gorgeous yarn that's knitting up. And it'll make a lovely present. And I have to think of it like that. And please don't take this as criticism for any dyers out there, because I'm not criticising anyone. If you order a mystery thing, if you order something without seeing the colours, such as an advent or a cowl or anything like that, a striping yarn, you take the chance as the buyer, not the dyer. They may not hit your colour mark. Don't care. I'm still going to experiment, use it, gift it, whatever, because that's what we do. And actually, I'm enjoying crafting it. I'm enjoying making it. The only reason it's sat is because I've been doing so many socks this year. It's sat because I've been doing lots of socks. It was sat in last year's project section. I pulled the green one out, not this one. Don't know why. I think it was whichever bag I grabbed first, to be honest. And the green one had been on the needles longer than this. So I am, please don't take this as criticism anyone, because I'm not criticising. It's just like anything. You know, not everything is everyone's cup of tea. And sometimes you look at something and go, I've had some that are amazing. I've got some amazing socks I've knit in previous Christmas stripes from her. I love them. I still wear them. My niece is very jealous of them. And they don't fit her, so she can't have them. They're mine. They're mine. Yeah, my personal preference, and I think knitting things like the pink yarns has really consolidated that for me. I like quite clear tonal colours, really. I don't like the sort of really flashy, independent, plop here, bit there, bit the other. And that's mine. That's me. That's my choice. And it's what I like. And I'm not criticising anyone with that. So yeah, please don't take that the wrong way. Sorry, I'm getting passionate there, but yeah. So there's one other whip that I've been working on. And that's in my yarn bowl, which I love. Which was from the Christmas haul show last year. I can't remember who it was from, but she's lovely. And that at the moment is sitting in here because I'm trying to make myself do 2 or 3 rows a night. I've remembered why I'm not so keen on knitting chunky. I find the needles just a bit hard on my hands and wrists. And that's my cable hoodie. So last time you saw it, I was there. So I have done a fair bit. So you can see I've gone down to there. So I think I just joined the arms last time. So I've joined a new bowline. These are hand wound because it was been easier just to ones I need. My goal is to knit that ball pretty much. And then I'm going to come back and put the sleeves on. Because I think getting the sleeves onto it, getting the hood on, well, the sleeves in definitely, and then the hood will make it easier for working out length. Again, it's going to be a really snuggly warm thing. I want to wear it. I want the item. So as I say, it's sitting there. It's kind of like try and do 2, 3, 4 rows a night. Yeah, I normally sort of go, right, I set myself a goal, half an hour, work on it. Do you find it's not one I can do while I'm reading? I do need a little bit of concentration on it, so it's more of a television project, which is fine. It is what it is, and I knew that a cable I needed a little bit more concentration, but I love the cables. The back is looking absolutely stunning. You can see, I mean, you can't see where I was before, but you can see the back really coming out now, those cables that are going to go down the centre back. I love them. Absolutely love them. As I say, it just takes a little bit more work and it's a bit harder on my hands, so it doesn't always get picked up. I kind of need to a bit more, but yeah. So, not quite all the knitting. It's very nearly all the knitting. I know I've said before that I always make my nieces a cardigan or jumper at Christmas time, and this year they're both having cardigans. While I was away, I saw them and I've taken measurements. So my younger niece is actually having this cardigan here. Not the hood, don't like the hat, this cardigan. So it's a Sirdar pattern, 1953. Written for Snuggly Baby Bamboo, but I'm not using that. I'm not using that because I don't use the yarn it says. And it's not the colours it says either. So this bright blue is going to be grey. And then these are going to be, it's actually going to be 4 colours. And it's the sort of tealy blue, green, blue, purple and pink from my Truly Hooked weekly advent from last year. So it's going to be the colours of this. It's stunning. I love it. So I actually started it last night. Last night I started this. And we are, I don't even know where the ball of wool is. Ball of yarn's attached somewhere. Here we are. So this is the Emma Jarn Merino Cotton. I've done that much. I've done the bottom rib. I know my cat stitch counts out, so I need to do a bit of tweaking and work it out. Pulled out Progress Keeper this morning. Decided it's October, I need my little Ghosty needs to come out. So Ghosty's going to be my Progress Keeper on this one. Realistically, this is one I can do when I read and knit because it is predominantly knit and pearl rows. Yeah, you have to do one little pickup. It's awful. Oh, we had Frizzy this morning. It's due a hairdresser visit. It's got a couple of weeks to wait. But yeah, so Ghosties come out to be there. So yeah, I'd like to have this up, hopefully up to the armpits by the time I record again. We'll see. But yeah, I want to decided to concentrate on one first. So this one's going to be patterned. The other one is a little bit more intense. No, not intense. A little bit more thinky. I've got measurements and I need to work out my gauge and I need to work out how much stitch I'm going to do and create the cardigan based on her measurements, because she's quite tall but very skinny still, so that kind of influences what I do. It's going to be similar colours. Hers is going to be 4-ply and it's going to be stripes, but I'm not quite sure what detail I'm going to put into the stripes. I've got 2 ideas in my head, not sure which one she's going to have, because it depends what I feel like when I get to it. And whichever one she doesn't have, I will use when I relist the yarn into a cardigan for me, because I like those colours on me. And I wanted the cardigan. I was so upset that it didn't fit me, but I wasn't ever going to be happy with it. So yeah, mine won't have hexes when I do it. It's going to be stripes again. I'm not quite sure whether I'm going what I'm going to do. Got lots of ideas in my head, and we'll go from there. So what other plans have I got knitting wise? Or what plans have I got knitting wise? I said my niece's cardigan really does need to be a little bit of a priority, because it's October. I'd like to have both of them done before the end of November, because then I can concentrate on my birthday cast on and possibly advent knitting. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that this year. I've got 3 advent calendars and 1 pair of, I've got Spin and Blend Stealth striping socks. My current thoughts are to prioritise socks. One of the advent calendars is a weekly one that I'm thinking I'm going to redo the hexagon cardigan. But obviously probably a different pattern, put the stitch pattern onto a different cardigan base. And then the other 2, one I'm thinking of doing cardigan, another cardigan, because I wear them as I've knitted a jumper. And the third one I think is going to be a blanket. I think I found a pattern. I don't want to say definitely yet. Till I've opened them really, which is why I'll concentrate on my birthday card to cast on. And also the competition starts next month, and I know what I want to do for that. And that's going to take a bit of time, so yeah, lots of things in my thoughts. The other plan I have obviously is to do some October socks to keep up with my monthly socks. So I've pulled out, this is the little bag my October yarn's in. It's telling me it's my October yarn. And actually this yarn is some very deep stash. It's the Regia Zufari in the pink and black colourway, so it sort of gives you an idea there. I know this is not going to pattern. I know it's just going to be all over, and that's fine. Excuse me. No, I'm not going to sneeze. So yeah, there's 2 balls in there. There's another ball there. So that's going to be my October socks, which again I'm going to try and do an adult pair and a child pair for. So that's that. Again, I'd like to get on with the Tessallo cow. I think that's going to be my knit group project, because actually it's quite simple. So yeah. Once I've got the October socks done, the yarn badge cow will again become my handbag project. And again, I'd like to get that done, because within 12 months would be nice. I don't like having lots of projects sitting around. Haven't touched the Tides cardigan. I haven't touched the Cloudberry shawl, which is the other of my 12 cast-ons that I haven't finished. So yeah. So incoming. There's some in the post that's not arrived, so it doesn't count. So there's just a Wool Warehouse order, and that was because I wanted the anthracite, so the one I've used for the Hexie blanket. So I bought 3 of those because I want to join it all, and I do want to put some sort of edging on it. So yeah, I bought 3 of those because it's a really nice dark grey, and it will just edge that. But I needed to make the yarn order up. This is my excuse. I needed to make it up to free shipping, because I'm paying shipping. So this is one that I've looked at for a long time. And it's West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. And it's the Fairy Light Sparkle colourway. You can just see it sparkling there, I think. And again, I've been looking at this for a long time. I really like that colourway. I really like that colourway, and it does stripe. This one does stripe. The green comes in between. Yes, the blue, red and pink stripes have a bit of white, but it's stripes. I've seen it on people's podcasts. I've been looking at going to like it. Decided to treat myself to that. I've also bought, and I've got ideas for this. I might have bought 4 of the anthracite, looking at the graphite, looking at the 3 in here still. Oh well, I bought 4. Can't remember what offer they were on. That might have been a 2 for whatever. I can't remember. It was what? This is I bought another Zow bubble. So this is the dark rose Zow bubble. I think I might have had similar before. The picture there. What it's supposed to come out like. Got ideas for this. Got some ideas. Seen a couple of really nice cow patterns that use stripes of different yarns, and I'm actually thinking something like this would look really nice with that, with the contrast to do the colourwork bits. Yeah, I'm quite sure it's got ideas. My head always has ideas. This is half the problem. My head has ideas that I have to rein things in and go, no, I need to concentrate on things first. But yeah, so that's, yes, my bit of a luxury purchase, but I've got ideas, and it's commercial yarn and it's used. And it's lovely. So that's this one. No, don't put that one away because it's been used. So that was my incoming from more warehouse. As I say, no other incomings arrived, so can't tell you about that. So life, yeah, you may have seen on Instagram some of the pictures I put up when I was away last week. Just over 2 weeks ago now. Been back nearly a week tomorrow. So I went to Manchester. Mum loves her jumper. It fits really well. She's actually really happy with the neckline where it is at the moment. So I said, okay, that's fine. I put the yarn to one side. If you decide after you've worn it this year it is too big, I can alter it and I'll do that. That's not a problem. She likes that. That's handed over, done, gone. Yeah. I have got pictures of her wearing it. I don't have her permission to post them here, so I won't be putting them on anywhere social media wise because she might get grumpy with me. I am going to crop it and put it onto my Ravelry. I need to do that. But yeah, I don't want to be putting it all over the place because she won't be happy with that. And I have to respect that. That's her choice. So yeah, my younger niece turned 5. Great excitement. Lots of toys, lots of fun, lots of chaos. So yeah, that was Manchester. I managed to meet up with one of my friends for a day. We had great fun sitting chatting in the cafe most of the day, to be honest. That's pretty much all we did, sit and chat. I knitted a lot. Did quite a lot on the second adult sock, to be honest, that day. So yeah. And then I went up to the Lake District, which I love. I think the Lake District is amazing. And it's somewhere I really enjoy visiting on a regular basis. It's somewhere I find peaceful and calming and everything else. Popped into Kendal for a little bit. I did find a yarn shop in Kendal. Didn't get any pictures. There's actually a fabric shop that said it was the home of Luna Lapin, the rabbit. And then it had some yarn out the back. They did have some local yarn, but they only had it in Aran weight. And I'm not a fan of Aran weight. And I was like, I'm not going to buy one skein and do something with it because I won't do anything. And all the 4-ply was commercial and there was nothing I didn't have already. So I didn't buy any yarn. But I did find the shop. So yeah, it's the only yarn shop I found in the whole of my trip. So I'm staying in a little place called Newbury Bridge in a hotel there, which is just below the southern tip of Lake Windermere. So yeah, was beautiful. The room was lovely. I went up to Hilltop, which was Beatrice Potter's first home in the Lake District, not where she holidayed, but first place she actually bought. It's owned by the National Trust. Went around there. I did put, no, I only put it on Facebook, didn't put them on Instagram. Yeah, there's a couple of pictures from there. I also went to a place called Felford, which is on Lake Windermere, and it's an old boathouse. The sort of landowner big house is no longer there, but the boathouses are there, and you can swim in Lake Windermere from there. So I actually did do a swim in Lake Windermere. Did about 18 minutes, which, given how cold it was about enough for me. In fact, I could warm up, and then actually we're still in the hotel, so I could go and have a nice hot bath, and things was lovely. So yeah, and then went up to the North Lakes and stayed in a little place called Pardshaw Quaker Centre, which is in the village of Pardshaw Hall, which is just outside Cockermouth. So it's up in the north. 10-minute drive from Loweswater. So on the way up, I'd stopped at Buttermere Lake, and there's a really lovely circular walk around the lake. It's about 5 miles-ish. Yeah, at the moment you're not supposed to be able to walk part of it because there's been a problems with land slippage. I did. We shouldn't have done, but I did. So yeah, what's that hair doing back? It's going mad. So I did that. Just sat and knitted by the side of the lake. It was a beautiful day. It was the most gorgeous sort of mid-September day. The sunshine, that Indian summer, it was lovely. So on Friday, when I was with people at Pardshaw, we went round to the back of Loweswater, which is, so one side of the lake there's a road, the other side there isn't. It's just woodland, and there's paths. They're actually really accessible paths. And there's a really lovely beach area we went to. We swam off there. The only problem is the beach area didn't get any sun, so it got a bit chilly. But we still swam. We then went down to Sky's Farm on Buttermere for cake and ice cream. Yeah, I did a lot of eating while I was away. So yeah, did that. Saturday the weather wasn't as great. We went over to Ullswater. I'm going to admit I didn't swim in Ullswater. It was too cold, so I didn't swim in Ullswater. And then we went up to Brothers Water, which is not a lake I've swum in. I walked the lake, didn't get in it, but walked to it. And then into Grasmere, where we had lovely scone and tea and cake. Are we getting an impression I did a lot of food? There's a lot of food and drink involved in this. Before heading back, and then came home Sunday and back at work Tuesday. So that's basically what's been happening in my life. Yeah, I had an amazing holiday, and now I'm back at work. Hopefully get a bit more knitting time at work now, because I've only got one more week with a student, and then I'm down to just the grads to supervise, and they're getting better and more able to do things without me looking over their shoulders. So yeah, so that's been happening in life. It's going to be 3 weeks again before I record. I've been still being very, very tempted by knitting shows. There's 2 upcoming ones that are local to me. The first being Stafford Wool Gathering, which is, yeah, not far away at all. And that's coming up. Is it next weekend? I'm sure it's next weekend, not the weekend after. It's tempting me. Really, really tempting me, that one. The other one that's coming up is the Christmas Wool Show in November. However, I've worked out that I can't do that one. That's actually the weekend I'm in Manchester for my sisters and my birthday weekend. So it's not actually my birthday that weekend, but my sister's birthday is 3 weeks before mine. So we always get together between the two to celebrate. So I'll be in Manchester, so I can't do that one, which is really good. So it's just Stafford, really, it's tempting me now. I'm going, I said I was doing 12 months with that. So we'll see. Otherwise, I hope everyone keeps well, your stitch counts and everything go well, and life treats you well. And I'll see you in 3 weeks' time. Bye.